Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Well, our decision last week to not do an episode because of the terrible events in Japan brought a record amount of support and emails from you. Thanks very much. It's very gratifying. And so I've decided to not do an episode this week either. Keep those compliments coming, and remember, a good kid is good news. No, just kidding. Because the whole thing about the news is you got to deal with reality, which most people in the news don't. And that's kind of what this week's news word is about: facade. This is a French word. In fact, this little funny thing here means that the C is pronounced like an S instead of a K, which when you start with an F is kind of important. And it means anything you do or say that's covering up what you really want to do or say. For instance, every leader in the world wants this guy, Gaddafi, overthrown, deposed, gone. But they can't say that. They've got to say diplomatic, flowery, we just want to do the right kind of thing stuff. What they really want is to capture Gaddafi and subject him to brutal torture, the kind of inhumane treatment that he subjected people to for so many years. But no, they've all got to put up this facade of dignity and of unity. Well, actually, they all do agree on one thing, and that's that they must all work together to make it look like they're all working together. The mission's official name is Odyssey Dawn, showing their commitment to cleaning up the mess in that part of the world. Now here in America, we can also make of doing things that are really about doing other things, or about doing nothing, and that's called Congress. Congress, boys and girls, is kind of like a Broadway musical, but with some differences. Instead of New York, performances are at the Capitol building in Washington. And even though there's no music, there still is quite a lot of song and dance at these things. Now, unlike Broadway, the performances can get terrible reviews, but the show will still go on for years and years, even when it's losing money, lots of it. And now it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Andy in Indian Well, California. Hi, Andy. Andy writes, Dear Uncle Jay, I'm sad about the tragic events in Japan, but I'm scared too. Could their nuclear explosions be worse than Chernobyl was in the 1980s? Thanks, Andy. Well, first of all, there were no nuclear explosions. They were conventional explosions, and they leaked radiation, and that's bad. But it's nothing like Chernobyl was. As Mr. Rogers used to say back in the 70s, it's okay to be scared, but you don't have to let fear be the number one thing that you're always thinking about. Of course, the kids who wouldn't watch public TV back then because it was too liberal didn't get that message, and now they're all on Fox News. Don't forget, you can see more and send your questions at UncleJayExplains.com. Check back every Monday when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a great kid is great news.